We are living in a very fragile time in America, and for that matter, a very fragile time in the world. There's a void of something where we probably all can agree, regardless of party, geography, upbringing, we can all agree that there's something not quite right. And what is it? It's the fact that for some reason there is division and divisiveness in the country, and there's so much hatred and fear, and social media to a large degree has given license to people anonymously being able to kind of spread this kind of animosity throughout the country. And so I use the word better angels, the term better angels, because there have been moments, many moments in American history where we recognize that we had to turn inward and recognize that there are things about us, about the American spirit, about the American dream, about the promise of the country that has given us this tremendous gift. And the gift is the country, America. And there's no country in the world where every language is spoken. There's no country in the world where so many millions of people want to come to. That's why we have this immigration discussion going on. There's no country in the world where a kid who grew up in the projects, and like Michael and I coming from the other side of the tracks, could get to this stage. The odds are insurmountable, but it can only happen in America. And yet, for some reason, we're overlooking the fact that we are doing things to one another and we're doing things to the country that is putting us in a position where perhaps the next generation is not going to have the same opportunities that we have had. So we are sitting today with a $21.5 trillion debt on the balance sheet of America, primarily because of reckless decisions of politicians on both sides. Not that they're bad people, but they've made bad decisions. Why it's reckless and immoral is because that debt is going to be on the backs of our children and our grandchildren. We have serious, complex problems that we have to solve. Immigration, education, health care. We could go down the list. And the majority of Americans want to solve these problems, but yet we can't seem to come together to do it, primarily because of the extremes on both sides. Yet there's a silent majority in America that wants to see a level of civility and respect. And so by calling on our better angels, I have great faith in the goodness and the kindness of the American people. But we can't lose sight of the fact that the values of America are not something that we are entitled to. We have to earn it. We have to earn it individually, we have to earn it collectively, and we have to pay it forward to others. So I think this is an opportunity for all of us to kind of take a step back from the partisanship and all the things that are going on and things that are being said, even things that have been said about me in the last 4 or 5 days, is all I'm trying to do is say, listen, if we don't take a moment to recognize how fragile this time is in American history and realize that we have to make a change, we have to disrupt the system, and we've got to get back to what's most important. And what's most important is love, humanity, kindness, goodness, and yes, what Abraham Lincoln said, and that is our better angels.
So